What's up, guys? This is Pump from What's Next Crypto. Just want to give you guys a quick update. I posted this video. Let's see, it was 1 month ago. I streamed it. Said BCH to $567. At the time, BCH was $598. Now, just the update is BCH is did. I also bookmarked this because I was almost certain this was going to happen. It did happen, but what I didn't expect to happen was the pump that came before, which I'm going to call a fake out. This is the 1D time frame. This chart right here we're looking at here is the 4-hour time frame, and now we're looking at it here on the 1D time frame. And what happened was, we're just going to look at here on the 1D time frame. It started to dump, okay, as we see here, but it only came down. It filled the first red arrow. The second arrow was a yellow arrow, which I post with not as much conviction as I do the red ones or the green ones, because there's just some underlying factors or that may cause the move to be prolonged or maybe not happen. So whichever reason was there at the present time why I posted a yellow arrow, I did post a yellow arrow. And if you see right here, it came very close. See that red wick right there? Very close to filling the yellow arrow, but it didn't, and it bounced way back above the drop zone, and then it drew a inverse head and shoulders kind of a head and shoulders kind of deal on the daily time frame, and ended up coming back down and hitting the target of 567, and is now well below 567. So I just wanted to come back and touch on that, and I want to touch on something else, SOL, okay, because I spotted something on SOL on the Solana chart. It looks really crazy. I'm going to show you guys. But if you I posted a video, or a stream. It's something like SOL below $80 question mark. And if you guys go watch that stream if you're interested, and I'll break down in this stream why I forecast a possible move to $80 with SOL, with candlestick patterns and such. Since then, I actually I touched on I mentioned one thing in that stream about the weekly chart of SOL. If I recall correctly, it was daily chart candlestick analysis, and then I also touched on the weekly chart, and I talked about this specific pattern here that had formed on the weekly chart, a head and shoulders, okay. And at the point when I posted that stream, I believe this was somewhere around here was the current weekly candle, and I said in the stream, it's possible that we could see a spike to come back up and try this resistance here. That was before this happened, and we actually did get that spike, which turned out to be the fake out. But what actually happening was it was drawing that second shoulder, and that was the retest of the resistance. And now it hit that resistance and has been dumping pretty hard ever since then, from 148 down to 103. Now this was a very tricky move. I even thought that rally might turn into something, but it ended up, that just goes to show you, sometimes you just got to stick with your guns. But doing some further analysis, I also noticed a very similar pattern on BCH. On SOL. Right shortly after the top of the 2021 bull market, the top of that turned into the head on a Head and Shoulders. And you see the pattern is very similar. We got the left shoulder here, we got the head here, and the right shoulder was lower, distinctly lower. That's also something I mentioned in my stream when I talked about SOL potentially going to $80. The right showing being distinctly lower, which is, in my opinion, makes it an even more bearish signal. And we have now here, we got the left shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, okay, being distinctly lower, and now we start to have this drop. And if it does, if you look, these are very similar patterns. Very similar, and it looks here after that retest right here that formed that shoulder. That was about a, let's get it, 94% drop that happened once it bottomed out. Now, may not go that far, but if we just if we measure this, wrong tool. If we measure this, it's a crazy target. It's crazy. It brings SOL down to around 22, give or take. I would call it somewhere around 22. Okay. If you take it down even lower, oh, you start to go negative. But I could say if this, theoretically, this weekly Head and Shoulders, this Head and Shoulders on the weekly could not only, I know it says in the title of the stream, SOL below 100 next. That's very close. But it could take SOL well below 100, well below 90. Could even take it below 50. And this looks like a pretty well-defined Head and Shoulders pattern here. Double top kind of deal here. It just looks really bearish. And on the monthly time frame, there's just a huge Head and Shoulders kind of deal right here. It could also that takes it down to about 10 or 12 bucks. Back down to the to test the lows in the last bear market. So just something to keep an eye on. SOL is a very sought after coin, and there may be an opportunity to get SOL at a pretty cheap price if you just remain patient. I also put in the title of the stream, why is BTC dumping? In case you guys are wondering, my opinion, and I've been talking about this for a while now. This is a 1D forecast. Our previous 1D forecast, I did invalidate it during the that fake out pump. I've since recently posted another one. The target is not as low, but I think this could even go lower. The first two arrows have been filled. I actually posted this today. First two arrows have already been filled on this current daily candle. And waiting on the third arrow to start to fill. And if SOL, if this third arrow starts to fill, it'll take SOL below 100. And if this fourth arrow is a yellow arrow, because I feel we may see some kind of pullback before this completes, or some kind of reversal attempt before this final arrow completes. But I do think things could even come down lower than 69. The original target on the first bearish 1D forecast I posted, I believe the end target was around 52,000. And if that happens, then we could definitely see SOL drop to 80. Definitely under 100, which because it's very close right now, or maybe even lower. So that's just something to keep an eye on. And like I said, we've been tracking this for at least a few weeks. When I posted the original SOL video below 80 and the BCH 567, which did eventually end up happening. All right, so probably going to end the stream here. Just wanted to get that out. If you guys like this kind of content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will be posting more, going live once I see anything. You know, if I see anything interesting or some other things start to happen, I'll go live and get it out to you guys. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in daily BTC market updates and spot forecasts, check the link in the description. If you're interested in learning how to do technical analysis, candlestick analysis, learn how to forecast charts yourself, also check the link in the description to our masterclass. Okay. If you want to interested in daily spot forecast and BTC market updates, check the link in the description for the Arrow app. Okay, see you guys in the next